sometimes we get stuck with manifesting. It doesn't work. So this is really, really important to understand. So if you've done the law of attraction, you've read books like The Secret, you may hear them talking about creating a very clear mental vision and using vision boards and to meditate on these vision boards. And this is great. And I believe this is a great idea to use these vision boards. However, the problem is most people only pay attention to them and do these law of attraction like techniques for manifesting at the wrong time. They do it when they're not feeling in a good state. The state that you feel when you're doing these techniques is important. And that's why breathwork is so powerful, because it can dramatically change your state. Even when you're feeling really low, it can actually bring you into a more happy state. If you're feeling very anxious, it can bring you into a more calm state very quickly without you having to really force yourself to do it consciously. And when you do things in an optimum state, that's when your brain can change. The problem with simply imagining the things that we want is that we get great positive feelings while we imagine what we want. But then there are also limiting beliefs and negative feelings underlying it. Limiting beliefs like this will never happen, or this is too good to be true, or I'll never be able to do it, or this is just for other people, not myself. You really need to clear these sorts of feelings first. If you focus on creating a big image of what you want, but you don't eliminate the negative feelings attached to it, all you're doing is creating more opposition. You're creating more thrust towards the desired outcome while still creating even more dragging effects with the limiting. This contaminates actually the vibrational message you're sending out to the universe. Do you really want it, or are you fearing having what it is still? So these limiting beliefs and fears need to be cleared out first. So how we do this? Well, you may have heard of hypnotherapy and hypnosis. Well, I believe hypnotherapy, when done correctly, is one of the most powerful ways to remove limiting beliefs and fears. Some of them are irrational, and that is safe to remove. Some of them are actually rational, and there's a difference between rational fears and limiting beliefs versus irrational ones. So what we have is thoughts, and we have the chatter going on in your head all the time. That's the monkey mind. That's actually the default mode network, your ego. However, we also have feelings, and these also known as dominant thoughts. So dominant thoughts are little fragments of conscious thought that play on an endless loop. They are stored as emotions in your body, and then they manifest as feelings. They run as programs all the time. The thoughts you're actually aware of are transient, and they come and go all the time. However, what is stored in your body in endless loops are constantly running. Then you add layers and layers on top of them because no one told you how to let them go. Even if you already know how to remove them, the layers keep adding on. So it's very important to regularly do some house cleaning to release them. And you are actually not broken at all. The feelings you have are just a sign that your brain is trying to protect you and make sure you survive and pass on your genes at all costs. However, if these thoughts and feelings go left unchecked, they may actually manifest as common ailments like chronic pain, indigestion, heartburn, headaches, tightness in the chest, and muscle cramps. So as I said, some of these are irrational. These are based on events that happened in the past. They condition certain beliefs, perhaps around money, perhaps around authority, perhaps around being able to connect with people, trust, and they can give you feelings, fears. Am I good enough? Am I enough? Things like that. And unless we deal with these things, we don't change. We don't manifest. We just stay stuck in a loop endlessly. And then we say things like manifesting doesn't work. So one example might be you're in a job You know you don't want to do it anymore. It's breaking you. You know that if you change your life, go after your passion, perhaps it means doing a dramatic shift, burning bridges, what you were doing before. Perhaps you have all these bills to pay. You might have a family. And this starts to give you a lot of fear and anxiety about going after what it is you really want. And you lose your faith and trust. So what I believe from my own experience is that doing this in the correct way, making a transition, making a change without fear and going after things you really want, as long as you don't be completely stupid and you do mitigate some of the risks by making sure you follow a proven strategy to change and transform, I believe the universe will support you. It doesn't want you to suffer. It wants you to grow and thrive. That's a natural law of the universe, in my opinion. However, you must be wise. I know people who use the law of attraction and things like that and make huge, huge shifts and irrationally make decisions that affect and jeopardize themselves, their family, and everything they've built up. Sometimes you need to stay in a job to save up money, and then you need to work extra hard on your time off to slowly build something up on the side that leads you into the right place. For some people, though, just burning bridges is very effective. You need to figure out what's right for you. But I really believe once you start going into that path of passion and you have a proven strategy to follow and you discover a passion, there's many different passions that we all have. When you find that passion that you can match with something that's going to bring you an income, magic happens. You start bending reality effortlessly. And then the things like manifesting, law of attraction, really start to work because you're feeling good most of the time.